It's Vless, and I'm in the box. Well, out the box, but I in the box though. Know how I go. Shout out to Dom Red.
Alright, we got Vless in the box. You know we ain't wasting no time. We can get straight into it. It's an honor to have you here, bro. Was there ever an event in your past that you could say like it shaped you into the person you is today?
Yeah. Was two events, if truth be told. Two. Um, Growing up in the southern part of the Bahamas, I seen a lot of things. The first time I saw one of my childhood friends, he got knocked down, bro. He got knocked down, got hit from a car, sent him spinning, landed in the bush and stuff. Very traumatic. A lot of kids was around. A lot of kids saw. Um, we thought he was dead. Honestly, that was the first time I thought I saw a dead body, unconscious and whatnot. But after a while, my mom, she's a nurse and she worked on him as well. A couple of weeks later, he was alive and well. So that really, and the person who hit him, no, we never found. No one ever found. They drove off. You see, so that really showed me that life is very precious and it could easily be slipped away. Rather you are a big man, big woman, a child.
And how old were you?
Yeah, I was 7, 6, 7, around there. Yeah, 6, 7, around there. I'll never forget that. It's going to Cleveland Aeneas in the summer. Around there was hot. You know how life is go. We're life anyway. And through all that we link up later on in life. And then you're supposed to judge, you're supposed to click. It was okay. But then after a while, then you learn life and you learn people. Like you grow, but then other times other people didn't grow. You know what I mean? So it's like we parted ways after that. But everything cool though, Mr. Dan. You know who you is. And then the second most traumatic thing, the death of my grandparents. Honestly, they drowned together. They did everything together. From I knew myself, and on some weird way, that's a good form of love. Not the ultimate form, not the best form, but they did everything together until death did they part. And even in death, they still together. So,
Tell me something. How old they were?
well, I didn't even know. Grandma was like what, around 60, and around 60 or something. Yeah, but they did always look young. You know what I mean? They didn't even look old. And you picture old people in with the cane and you know with the bark. No, they were standing up strong, walking around spriteful. Bro. So I was raised by my grandparents. They basically raised me. My dad and my mom, they had jobs around the time that required most of their time. Um, and during the night, especially. Yeah, boy. That was, well, they was really the epitome of family. Like, matriarch, patriarch type boy, but everyone. Grammy really ran the whole house, though. Grammy really ran the family still. You know what I mean? But, I mean, Papa, he was there. He was like the disciplinarian, the figure, but it's like, Grammy held it down, but Grammy was the one who would feed everybody every Sunday. Even everyone in the neighborhood, they would come around. I remember, guys, I'm just finished cutting stuff, bro. Finished doing they wide, bro. I'm inside. Grammy making beer soup. He say, hey, y'all know what type of house this is. Y'all put down your table. Come and eat some food. Like, hey, what? And it was at the same time. You see what I'm saying? So it's like that really
What? Wow.
framed my mindset on people, on family, on community, on treating people, feeding people, both physically, spiritually, all that way. A sense that's where my sense of community came from. That's where my sense of family came from. And when they went, for a long time, I felt like I didn't have that, that was gone, snatched away. So you had to really look for that. I was trying to look for that.
Looking back, was there anything in your past that you wish like you could go back and change, that you regret, and you wish that it happened a different way?
Maro, I used to live in the States for a minute. you know, and that really shaped my view on life in a business sense. As they saying, sometimes I really, I think back on those opportunities, and I wish that I had done more. I didn't no regret on nothing, but it's just like looking back, like mother, because I wasn't the person who I am now. You know, it was there, but it's like the whole mentality was on a different way. We gotta get this degree. I gotta do this, do that, yada yada yada,
Stop playing me, bro.
and
We
then
know you
even
got into some shit.
even that, I I got into some trouble. I had to get sent back home and on some financial stuff too. But the trouble just gone and accelerate that. You can see, but even learning that, you learn that sometimes what you prepare for in life, you get to spend your whole life doing one thing, and then, bam, everything shift, bro, and then it topsy turvy, and then what you gonna do then? So it's like starting over wasn't nothing new, but at the same time, it's like okay, now you have to start over or die, and we alive and we well right here now. So yeah, that's the only thing.
Okay, then. It's fair to say that you get kicked out then.
I'll never get catch on that leg. No, I may never get kicked, no. Yeah, wait. Walmart. Wait, it was so bad. To this day, wait. Walmart. You can't go in a certain radius, but my daughter could. Thank God for that. New opportunities. So I can send her. Let her get me. Let her get me some grapes or something. I ain't going enough. No, go.